Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. A group of Jubilee leaders led by Nakuru Governor Kinyanjui and Murang'a Women Representative Sabina Chege were in Nakuru County today. And for the very first time, they prevailed upon Raila Odinga to pick or appoint a running mate from the mountain. Yes. And that comes at the backdrop of Kalonzo's remarks yesterday in Kitui. Kalonzo, again for the very first time, insinuated that he's ready for any position in Azimio as long as Raila Odinga will win the presidency. And then some few days ago, David Murathe and Kanini Kega, very close Uhuru Kenyatta allies, also insinuated that it's not a must for Raila Odinga to pick or appoint a running mate from the mountain. So these remarks by these Jubilee leaders in Nakuru today actually goes contrary to what we have been seeing with these leaders supporting Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. So in this video, I want us to dissect all that to see exactly what might be cooking in the Azimio pot as far as Raila's running mate position is concerned. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe so that anytime we upload a new video like this one, YouTube will automatically notify you. Let's go straight to our analysis. Yes. Even before we dig deep into that analysis, let me state this. I'm one person who strongly believes that as long as Uhuru Kenyatta supports Raila Odinga, then whether Raila picks or appoints a running mate from the mountain, it will make no big difference. Yes, dynamics will still largely remain the same because Uhuru, by the virtue of being the president of the Republic of Kenya and being still the Mount Kenya ethnic and political kingpin, he largely represents the interest of the mountain in Azimio. And Uhuru Kenyatta, if you look at the agreements in Azimio, Uhuru Kenyatta is the Azimio party leader. In fact, post-August elections, Uhuru will be the party leader of Azimio. So whether Raila picks a running mate from the mountain or not, it will make no big difference. Uhuru Kenyatta already takes care and interest of people from the mountain. And the case with Raila Odinga is very, very much different from the case with William Ruto. Upon Uhuru Kenyatta parting ways with William Ruto, William Ruto is forced to pick a running mate from the mountain to create a picture or to create a perception that the mountain people have something to benefit from William Ruto's government. Yes. And also if you look at these leaders from the mountain, there is no leader who has come out as strong enough to direct the people on the mountain. All these leaders are just hanging on William Ruto's coat or on Uhuru Kenyatta's coat to remain politically relevant on the mountain. There is no leader who can actually stand on his own and persuade the people. Moses Kuria tried that. He could not manage it. He had to go back to William Ruto. Mwangi Kinyanjui also tried that. He could not manage it. He's back to William Ruto's camp. Martha Karua also tried to be independent, but she could not manage it. She is now with Uhuru Kenyatta's side. So I'm seeing no leader who can actually convince the masses or rather direct the masses towards a specific direction. So whether Raila picks a running mate from there or not, as long as Uhuru Kenyatta is with Raila Odinga, it does not matter. If Uhuru was not supporting Raila Odinga, dynamics could have been different. And then on the side of Kalonzo Musyoka, or even before we come to the side of Kalonzo Musyoka, if you look at Raila Odinga, in the recent days, even before Kalonzo teamed up with him, Raila was very keen on picking a running mate from the mountain, and fingers were being pointed towards Peter Kenneth and also Peter Munya, but more so Peter Kenneth. And that was informed by the mere fact that already Raila had looked at the bigger picture, and Raila in his own thinking felt that Kalonzo Musdavadi and Wetangula were actually not going to team up with him. So Raila had factored out, or rather, he had removed those leaders from his political calculations in 2022. But now that Kalonzo is back to Raila's camp, dynamics, in my considered opinion, can change a little bit. Yes. So in a nutshell, I'm just trying to drive a point that whether Raila picks a running mate from the mountain or whether Raila picks Kalonzo Musyoka, there is going to be no big difference. As long as all these leaders are still in Azimio, and as long as they are still supporting Raila Odinga, whether it's Kalonzo, whether it's Peter Munya, whether it's Peter Kenneth, there is nothing much that is going to change. On the side of William Ruto, he has to pick a running mate from the mountain to identify, or rather to get votes from the mountain. And that is because already William Ruto has parted ways with Uhuru Kenyatta. Yes, I think that should be made very, very clear. So let's go back to the issue of these Jubilee leaders prevailing upon Raila Odinga to pick a running mate from the mountain. From where I sit looking at it objectively, I'm seeing that as a clever political strategy by Raila Odinga to neutralize Kalonzo Musyoka's foot soldiers who have been calling upon Raila Odinga to pick Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate. Because the likes of Makueni Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., they have been insisting that it must be Kalonzo Musyoka. It has to be Kalonzo Musyoka. So I'm seeing Raila and maybe his foot soldiers just trying to pop up these leaders to maybe neutralize that demand by some of these Kalonzo Musyoka's allies. And also there's Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua. Alfred Mutua yesterday also insinuated that it can also be Raila's running mate. So all these are just clever political moves by maybe Raila Odinga or his foot soldiers to neutralize that move by Kalonzo and his foot soldiers. And I'm saying that again because on the mountain again, if you look at politics on the mountain, so Kinyanjui and Sabina Chege, they might be trying to look for a platform to campaign on the mountain. If Raila goes on to pick a running mate from the mountain, the leaders like Kinyanjui and Sabina Chege, they'll have a platform on which to campaign on. They'll tell their people that actually we really negotiated for a running mate to come from this area. So we care about the interest of our people. I'm seeing these leaders trying to look for a platform to maybe campaign on the mountain. Because, politics is just all about perceptions and some little things like that one. That now we are agitating for a running mate. And if Raila goes on to pick a running mate from the mountain, most likely these leaders, the likes of Lee and maybe Sabina Chege, they'll have scored some political goals there that might endear them to the masses on the mountain. So that's exactly what I'm seeing happening here. But above all, whether it's Kalonzo Musyoka, whether it's whoever from the mountain, in my considered opinion, it does not matter. And if you look at the main reason why some Raila supporters, they don't actually believe in Kalonzo Musyoka, is because the way Kalonzo has also been behaving. In the recent days, Kalonzo has been making some pronouncements that were just showing he was not interested in Raila winning the presidency, but he was just interested in himself getting a position of Raila's running mate. And the mere fact that sometimes back when Raila was being sworn in, Kalonzo and the likes of Mudavadi gave Raila's swearing in a wide berth also angered some Raila supporters into now seeing Kalonzo and that team as just people who are wasaliti. They are betrayers. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the mere fact that Raila has been having Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate before, but they have never been at State House, I know also is making some Raila supporters to think or rather feel that maybe it's time Raila changes his lineup. All these things might be contributing to why some good number of Raila supporters might not actually want Raila to pick a running mate in the name of Kalonzo Musyoka. And they're preferring a running mate from the mountain. But as I conclude, whether it's Kalonzo Musyoka, whether it's somebody from the mountain, as long as all these leaders are supporting Raila Odinga, there will be no much difference on the ground. Yes, that's something I'm saying with a lot of confidence. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did state when we were starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.